Thought I'd include this video just to show some of the weapons and utilities you can mount on your craft, and here's a really good demonstration of this starport. There's a lot of selection, so you can probably see a lot of these stats up on wiki where people have collated them and you can get the rundown, but here it shows it in game, so give you a good flavour of what we're talking about. You can see blue stats here where you've got improvements, and you've got red where you've got disadvantage over the current weapons or mountings that you've got. There's different classes and rating. Class 1 is obviously all the ones you can mount on the Sidewinder at the moment, so this is what's being seen. But the ratings go from A, and I think they go up to I, and actually A is the better one and I is the lowest, so I is pretty standard. You'll see that a lot of utilities. The weapons here show though different variances in that, and obviously the higher you're going up on the rating or the overall armor penetration, you'll obviously pay more for that particular weapon. But some of the weapons draw more power, so that's a disadvantage here. The mass looks about the same though on a lot of them. Here we've got some of the utilities that can be mounted, so useful things here: heatsink launchers, basic eye, weight scanners to follow other craft, warrant scanners to improve the bounty you're going to collect. And again, you'll see here that you've got some basic ones, and then you've got things like here we've got F, E's, D's, and they're getting more expensive, and they're going to be an improvement over the standard. Lightweight alloys, here we've got some good examples, and we've got mirrored surface ones which reflect back lasers, and kinetic ones obviously just for other sort of weapon resistance, and they get heavier as they go up. So really probably not great for Sidewinder, but good for other sort of fighter craft. Power plant, really good example here. We've got a rating F of 1, class 2, all blue. Nothing here to show on the thrusters. Don't think we've got anything in the frame shift drives either. Life support, interesting here. I haven't seen this before. It gives more oxygen capacity actually, so I guess if you get really damaged and leaking oxygen, you've got a bit more time. Improvement here, power distributor, really good. Obviously more weapons capacity, engine capacity, systems capacity. Pretty good, just provide a bit more power to those systems. And an improved sensor here with increased optimal range and increased rating, but heavier. You know, again, you've got to balance those things out when you consider what you want to do with your craft. So it's not shield generator on this one here, but this is the general internal compartment features you can have, and some interesting looking components here. It looks like you can release cargo from the ships if you take their shields down. Improved cargo racks, well, additional capacity, docking computers, and that sort of thing really. Well, that might be useful to really show. As I said, you can usually see all these online, but that sort of gives you a visual representation of what you expect to see. Obviously you've got to explore those systems and find those utilities, and I don't think there's any particular guarantees on what you're going to see. That list you saw there might be very different when you go visit that system. So explore around and see what you can find, and I think that's a really interesting part of this game, that it's going out there, discover it, find it, equip it, and see what works for you, because I don't think there's just a better piece of equipment. Sometimes it's a balance of how much weight you want to put on and how far you want to jump, and whether you want a pure fighter or you want something to do trading, or you want to have something to do scouting and discovering really. So I thought that might be quite an interesting guide. Of course, you know, go and find out for yourself.